It is quite a historic irony for a country that has been a British colony for 2 centuries and which currently also presides the Commonwealth to hold the presidency of the Council of the European Union at the time of the triggering of the process by means of which the United Kingdom will, unfortunately, cease to be a member of the European Union which it supported us to join. Given our historical ties and the great and mostly positive influence that the British systems had on our own, from the basis of our educational and administrative systems to English, which is one of our 2 official languages, from the George Cross for the bravery shown by our forefathers during the Second World War, which we proudly display on our flag, to the side of the road on which we drive, this is not a happy event for us. We want a fair deal for the United Kingdom, but that deal necessarily needs to be inferior to membership. This should not come as a surprise to anyone. Indeed, thinking it can be otherwise would indicate a detachment from reality. Yesterday's statement by my colleague and friend Prime Minister May helps clarify the priorities of the British government during the impending negotiations. Our understanding is that Prime Minister May is prioritising curbs to freedom of movement of people over membership of the single market and the customs union. She added that she does not want for the United Kingdom to replicate something that exists, but the creation of something new. I would like to confirm to this House today that at this point there is unequivocal unity within Council. This stand does not arise from antagonism, but from belief in the core principles of the European project. As stated by the 27 heads of states and government after the Brexit referendum results, which we respect as a sovereign decision, the freedom of movement of persons, goods, services and capital cannot be decoupled. Put it simply, the 4 freedoms are indivisible. Indeed, the fact that the British Prime Minister declared that she will take her country out of the single market because of the political choice to limit freedom of movement of persons confirms the position of the EU 27, that the 4 freedoms are one package. That in itself is a somewhat positive development. This is not to say that we should allow these principles to be abused or undermined. Freedom of movement of persons is aimed at allowing people to move freely across the member states to work and establish themselves and their families freely. It was never meant to encourage people to shop around member states to see who offers the best social benefits. This is why we look forward to the Commission proposals in this area. Once there is a notification, a clear and clean cut from current arrangements, and afterwards negotiated and unrelated a new free trade agreement ushered in by possible transitional agreements, where European rules and institutions cannot be compromised, will be an arduous task, as our recent experiences in trade agreements suggest. There should never be an underestimation of this task, as there should never be an underestimation of our colleagues on the other side of the table. I would like to report to you how Council intends to go about the mechanics of Brexit. First of all, We will keep to the maxim that there will be absolutely no negotiations without the official notification. Once the notification is made, depending also on the contents of such a notification, consultations will start amongst Member States with the intention of convening an extraordinary European Council meeting within a short period of time, possibly 4 to 5 weeks from notification, with the aim of establishing the guidelines that will serve as a mandate to the Commission to negotiate. I want also to take this opportunity to say that I am very impressed with the thorough preparations that Michel Barnier and his team are making. The Commission will be asked to refer back to Council as appropriate. The General Affairs Council will be tasked with the preparation of the Council's work. Involving Parliament is not the best choice. Comes at its own risk. And it would also lead to even the fairest of deals risking to be scuttled. While saying this, I do appeal to all institutions to adopt a consistent approach that is aimed at safeguarding the European project and not at punishing any particular country.